Hello, good evening. You're welcome to Zudos African Label YouTube channel TV. I I just want to appeal to everyone who has been following us on this YouTube channel. I've had a break for a long time because I was working on my books, but I'm out again full-fledged. This is the only channel where you get latest information on prospective international students coming to Canada precisely. I want to quickly let you know that Canada have a new policy. It's a big news, but it's good you know, and it is effective from January 2024. Now, there's a new dimension to international students. Like I said, prospective international students who are preparing to come to Canada. Whether you have your applications at the embassy already or IRCC have contacted you, you need to know today that there is a basic two new changes. Yeah, the first one is international students who are already in Canada and are planning to come to Canada. They can now work above 20 hours a week. You know, in the past dispensation, when you are an international student in Canada, you are only allowed to work for 20 hours. Yes, 20 hours a week, as in they want you to balance your hours of working with your academic commitments. Yeah, so some students were working only weekend, as in Friday evenings, Saturdays, and Sundays. They'll just spread it out. Maybe work 8 hours on Saturday, probably work 6 hours on Sunday, and then 4 hours on a Friday evening. I don't know how they were doing it, but there used to be restriction. Once you have a study permit, yes, the study permit is also your work permit as a student. You are not allowed to work more than 20 hours. But now, Canada government have increased it. You can work more than 20 hours. But please don't use your work as excuse for having poor grades. Yes, most universities in Canada, they can just kick you out if you have poor grades. So you must be able to balance both your work and your academic demands or requirements. That's the first one. At least you have more than 20 hours to work now. Then you can support yourself and you are not stranded. You can also support your parents if they can pay the tuition. You will not be able to pay your accommodation and feeding and all other basic needs that you'll be needing from time to time as a student. So the second one is the proof of fund. That's a very, very serious one. It's very, very important. You can afford to be here and you don't want to work if your parents can give you everything you want. So that first one is not as serious as this second one. This second one is proof of fund. Canada government have increased your proof of fund, evidence that you'll be able to sustain your bills and all your basic requirements here. They don't want you to be stranded. So it used to be $10,000 minimum that you should have in your account as proof of fund. I will explain where that proof of fund plays in. Let me finish. Now, that proof of fund has been increased to 20,000 plus. I think 20,600 and something, I'm not too sure. But I will advise parents and prospective students to prepare to have $21,000 sitting in their account, either in the equivalent as in Naira or whatever currency you are using in your country. You try to work it out to present Canadian rates and make sure that you have at least $21,000. And that $21,000 in your proof of fund is after you have paid school fees to the school you are going to. That's not part of your school fees. Yes, it's not part of your school fees. The way this thing works is when you apply for a school, you pay the application fee, right? When you pay the application fee, then you are given offer of admission based on the course choice area that you intend to come and study here. Okay, so when you are given the admission, when they give you offer of admission, they will state there the account statement, your course advisor, the account details for the uni you are going, and then you are expected to pay. It depends on the school. Some schools may expect you to pay 100%. Some schools may be able to do with 50%. Some may say 40%. All these things, they are all autonomous to itself. It depends on the school. Yeah, you cannot use the school in British Columbia to compare the one in Abera or the one in Newfoundland. You have to make sure that you are following up the school policy. So now, after paying your school fees, that's when they release your admission letter. Yeah, you have your admission letter, or when the admission letter comes, they see that you have not paid school fees. You need to pay school fees, okay? When you pay for your tuition, they will release letter of acceptance. That's the LOA, okay? So and the invoice to prove that you have paid, which will be issued to you from the school. Is all this you put together with your credentials to submit and apply to IRCC, and then you find out what the student's application fee is. Biometric is for sure $100, but I think students' application from my country of birth, Nigeria, I think everything comes to about 270 Canadian dollars. Or it's different from visitors visa, where you're expected to pay $185 or thereabouts. So, but the basic things I brought to you today is the fact that, let's clap for Canadian government, you can now work for more than 20 hours as international students. That's one. Two, your proof of fund should be borderline of 20,000 plus. And I would advise parents to just leave $21,000 equivalent in their account for the proof of fund. That proof of fund is the statement of account that you, the student, is submitting to IRCC. That proof of fund is the business of IRCC. The one that concerns the school is the tuition, your school fees that you have paid to the school. Once you have proof or evidence that you have paid, you have the invoice, you have the letter of acceptance, LOA, and all of that, you are good to go. You just upload everything to IRCC and you go for your biometrics requirements in the nearest office in your country. If you don't live in a town where they have the IRCC place where you can do your biometrics, you have to travel down to, if it is Nigeria, they have in Lagos, I think they have in Port Harcourt, they have in Abuja. So you have to check where is the nearest place to you. So, but the main thing we want people to know is, do not put $5,000 equivalent in your account and upload your documents to any school in Canada. They have come out with their policy. It used to be $10,000, right? But now they are saying $20 plus. So you just put $21,000 equivalent there. Another quick advice I want to give to prospective international students. Please don't judge me because I'm already here. I schooled here quite okay. I went back to school to study oil and gas. Yeah, because I was planning to go work in Fort Mac when I came. Yes, I studied oil and gas admin, and I also studied psychology, again as a separate course. So I've been to school twice. Apart from all the courses that Edmonton Public School was organizing for us here and there, those are different. I'm talking about going back to school. I was in school with my daughter. My first daughter was a student in U of A. I also enrolled there when she was in her 3rd year. So in most cases, she will be the one to go and show me the class. It was a requirement I needed, you know, to be on the spot I want in my job, okay? So I will advise international students to please think about doing some certification courses, some short courses, 1-year course, 6 months course, diploma. You know, go to colleges. Their fees is a bit lower than the university, because I don't know why, because the exchange rate in my country, Nigeria now, is so high. is so high. Nigeria is faced with bad economy, and if for one reason or the other you have more than one child coming here to school, you're going to be looking for $76,000. That's like looking for 76 million, and that money is just for 2 sections, or for 1 section each for the 2 children. So my brothers and sisters, I don't know if it is worth it. If I talk too much, I may be attacked. Please, I'm not trying to attack your career or your decision. It's just an advice. You have, like those who already have first degree and they want to come in here for a master's program, and the master's program is $24,000. And maybe you are coming here to come and do a project development or one thing or the other. Some of those courses, or some of the courses in tech area, you can do it online. You can do it online, it will be cheaper. There are courses in Harvard that is $500. There are courses you can find in Harvard for $2,901. Okay, so if you have a course that is $2,901, is that not better for you? You can do it online from your country. After doing the course online from your country, then you can apply for a job. And, end of the day, you come here with work permits. The school fees is so high compared to what our resident children are paying. So I don't want to say the country is making money from you guys as international students, because at the end of the day, we are not forced to come here. So when I see students stranded, complaining online on social media, I've helped so many students. I would not want to mention their names online here because of stigmatization. I have paid school fees for children here, and their parents could not pay me back in Nigeria. I have also housed so many students for free. I give them accommodation, they have places to keep their suitcases, they are not paying for rent, they eat here, they bath here, they have changing clothes here, and then they go and do their work that they want to do. Whatever job they are doing, they save their money towards the next school fees. It still doesn't go anywhere. It still doesn't go anywhere. We're talking of $38,000. And when your parents were sending you here, exchange rate was only 150,000. What I mean, Canadian dollars used to be $1,000 to 150,000 naira Nigerian money. But today, as of today, the 9th or the 10th of December, do you know that Canadian dollar $1,000 is equivalent of 870,000? It's almost a million naira for $1,000. Those days with 1.5 million, you have $10,000. That's enough for you to put as proof of fund, or even to pay to the school first. Then you now put another $10,000 equivalent for your child and tell the child to go. When the child gets here, you are still supporting, and then the child is working. At least the child can buy small things. Thank God that the U-Pass, the card, the student card, because I was a student in U of A too. The card is free. You can use it to enter bus and all of that. You just need to load it. You can use it to wash your clothes in the laundry and all of that. But I was going to school from home. I was driving from home, to school. And I was even paying for car park for $50, So what I'm saying here is, please, there is a new increment on proof of fund. And that proof of fund, there is no cut shots, no, you don't have access to IRCC. You're not going to plead with them, and they are not going to say, oh, because you are a prospective first class student, this child has $5,000. Let's consider. No, they have to stick by the policy. Please make sure you have the equivalent in your proof of fund. Your proof of fund is your statement of account where the money is showing, not hanging, where the money is showing that you have such fund there. And then the school fees you are paying to the school is between you and the school. If your school fees is $14,000, if you can pay the $14,000 for the whole of first year, for example, is a plus to you. They give you the invoice, give you your LOA, letter of acceptance, and then you upload everything to IRCC. I think I'll be stopping here. I just brought those two informations to you. That is the increase in the number of hours that you can work. and then the increment in your proof of fund. Please endeavor to subscribe to this channel. This is the only channel where you get genuine informations, and all prospective students who are intending to come to Canada to study should think about these little ideas or suggestions I gave. If you have a master's degree in Nigeria and you are coming here for a second master's, consider just doing a certification course. That same project developer or project management you are coming to do to pay $28,000 for, another person can do it online with Google or Coursera or whatever, or do it with Harvard or any school online. Then you cannot apply to come here for work permits. I know that Canada is a place that accommodates a lot, and they believe in diversity. International students are welcome anytime, and after your studies you can work, and when you have the number of hours you can apply for permanent residence without prejudice, and you will be given. If you have all the requirements that is needed, why not? They will give you your PR. But I am just considering, and I'm afraid of the fact that our students, some of them come here, they are stranded. Look at the Nigerian that died in the tent. I don't know the real cause. I don't know how he came. I don't know if he's a refugee, whether he came here for a conference or he came for visitor's visa. We don't even know the status. Okay, but it was very embarrassing to us. It was very embarrassing. Maybe the guy would have reached out to Nigerian community, reach out to Nigerians, or join a church where they can quickly give him a temporary accommodation to sort himself out. Maybe he had an underlying sickness. We don't know. But please, if you know you don't have enough proof of fund, you don't have sources where your school fees will come from, you can't pay house rent when you come here, please do some of these courses online. You can still come to Canada through other routes. Yes, you can come as work permits, or you can come for these conferences that they give certification. You know, conferences that they will train you, give you certification, and then you'll see if you can apply for a job. And then again, they have a new policy that says visitors visa can be converted to work permits. So please, if you can't afford it, don't come as a student. It can be very, very difficult. And it is painful when we see our people struggling inside code, doing construction work and all of that, jobs they will not even do in Nigeria. Please. So I will stop my video here. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. From time to time, we are going to be hosting topics where the prospective students at home can, say something. Yes, give them time to talk. And then those who are already here, we also talk to them. Because when the ones who are already here, if they are able to tell the people at home live that, oh, this is how it is, there is no packaging, they will just tell you how it is and what is working here, what is not working here. Okay, that way you won't come here and be stranded. We don't want our children to come here and be stranded. It's very painful, very, very painful. So please, I'll stop here. See you next week when I drop in another video. Bye. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember, Zudo's African Label TV. Also hit the subscribe button and then hit the like button. And then make sure you also hit the share button. Endeavor to share, subscribe, and like this video. Thank you. Bye.